All right. I love these streams because I get to yap. I get to yap. How is everyone doing today and or tonight? I know this is a pretty late night stream. Normally I would do this at like another period of time throughout the days, but I just do not have enough time coming up to do anything. So we're doing it now. This is the time I have, and so it will be done now. Watch me yap about the things I did this last month. Zero four. Hashtag Twitch. Live stream. Nope. Blue Talks. Yep. Gaming, anime, art. It knows what I like to talk about. Yep. And just so we have all the emojis on there. Controller. TV. And pencil. There we go. I don't know who's going to be up to receive any of these kind of news, but we're doing it. Okay, seems good. Yep, post. This is gonna be nice though, since you guys obviously can't hear it, but I've been listening to a lot of more of lo-fi recently, so I've been able to add it into the no lyrics playlist, and it is quite nice for streams like this. Let me tell you, really helps set the vibes. Did I hold on? Discard. Did I just? Yeah, but yeah, I literally just posted this. Why am I doing it again? Go live. I don't know how long we're gonna be going for, but definitely at least an hour. I'm gonna say an hour and 10. Usually they go about an hour 10. I like to think at least I've been getting faster at least at like not getting too distracted about some of those topics I ramble on about, but I will still ramble. The rambling will commence. right, this should be fine. And then I will leave my phone up here. And then water bottle will be right here. Good. But yeah, and I did not expect me to be a like lo-fi person because I like a lot of songs with energy, but recently the lo-fi's been hidden. It's been hidden pretty well. Okay, let's get started so I can hopefully wrap this up within an hour. All right, let's see. Oh right, I have to do the first one first. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Today, we are going to be talking about a lot of things that we did during the month of April. For those of you guys who don't know, this is my Blue Talks little wrap-up stream where I just get on stream. I ramble on about the things I have done during the month that maybe you guys didn't see on camera. And we talk, and we just do this at the end of every month to just kind of like, as a retrospective, kind of like see what things went on that maybe you guys weren't able to see that I don't really talk about on the live streams. And yeah, just get on talk about like games, anime, art that I've made, all the fun stuff. So all the great stuff that we usually do in our daily lives. The gaming section definitely takes the longest because I just have so many games I go through, but the other sections will come and go as they do for sure. But yeah, we're gonna get into it here. I'm very excited to kind of look back on what we've done during all of April and kind of just see what we have done and maybe what we can do in the future. Maybe what should change to kind of get some progress done with all these other lists that I have made throughout the years of my tenure editing. Also, by the way, just before we start too, this will probably be the last live stream before my birthday. So if you guys wish to wish me happy birthday, now is the time to do so. Because you guys will probably most likely not see me until after May 1st. So yeah, I'm turning 30. I can't believe I have to say that. It doesn't feel like I'm 30, but I am. Apparently, I have lived on this earth for that long. So yay, me. But I got some interesting things planned for the rest of the year. But I will go into that near the end of the stream, kind of when I talk about the future and everything. But for now, let's look back at the past, shall we? All right. Also, by the way, I've gotten some stuff already for my birthday because we did some early celebrations, but I haven't gotten everything. So those will be updated as we go on as well too. All right. First thing on the list, Backloggery. This is where I basically log all my stuff to play my games. All my progress that I do and all the games that I play are usually always logged into this little site here. As you guys can see, I am very over encumbered with the amount of games I'm playing, as I usually am. I play too many games all at once. But I am really trying to like focus in on like certain kind of games. All the games I usually have on my now playing now are mostly just kind of games I just play in the backgrounds of other things. Or they're like whenever I feel the mood to play this game, I'll boot it up and then I'll make some progress in that. A lot of them aren't being taken too seriously, but some of them I am starting to take more seriously now, I would say. Yeah, I'm still a minion, so I still have over 50%. So, but it could be worse. It could be way worse. I have also definitely cursed myself by adding a lot more games. Have I already gotten 100 games this year? I can't believe that. Well, actually, technically, I think there was a point like near the beginning of the year where I just kind of like looked back at some of the games I had, and I just added some of those kind of things. Because that seems like a high number of games to already add. I think it was just like a lot of stuff that I was missing from other games, but that's fine. We'll be fine. I think we're definitely working through the list as we kind of go on. It's been 10 years since I started this account as well too, so yay for that. Actually, if I remember, yeah, I started this back in 2015. Yep. So yeah, by the next time we do our next stream, I will be level 11. So that's gonna be fun. That will be fun for sure. All right. So now let's go through the first game on our list. So like I said, I usually just go through my now playing first, just to kind of show you guys what I'm currently playing, and then we'll go through the history of what we did throughout the month. So first thing on the list, we have Heart Abyss playlist just because this is one of the most recent games I got from Humble Bundle. I plan to kind of play this in my spare time whenever I get the chance, just because all the playtests, I'm not really sure if they were like too good to play on streams. So I kind of just want to play them on my own, I think. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to do that, where I'm trying to just find more things to play on my own on off the camera. So I have some things to kind of just work it out in my own time. Um, so this is going to be one of the ones that I'm going to be starting hopefully very soon because I've been trying to kind of do a thing with my, especially now with my Humble Bundle list, where if I get games immediately from Humble Bundle, I like to at least try out some of them, just to make use of the new games that I actually get, because I do get a lot of new games and a lot of them sit in that library for years on end. So hopefully we can change that by just starting up some of them at least now and again. Um, so next one on here is going to be Super Neptunia RPG. This has basically been the main Neptunia game that we have been playing all up into this month. We are getting very close to the end. I think we're like at least one or two streams away from beating it. I've been enjoying my time with it so far, though. Like I haven't been. I've all my playthrough of it has been on stream, so I haven't really been doing any camera grinding or anything. But it's still a pretty cool game. Like I like the combat system. I really like the story. Um, the characters are always great because it's always Neptune. It's the Neptunia cats. You can never really go wrong with them. Some of the new characters are weird and interesting, but I don't mind them too much. But the main cast is still very very interesting. It's interesting seeing not only Neptune get the memory wipe thing, but like everyone got the amnesia perk this time around. So that's an interesting little thing. But it's going good so far. I really do actually like the combat system and how the equipment and everything like works together to like learn new skills. I think is a neat way to do it. It's definitely very different than a lot of the other Neptunia games I've played thus far. But it's in a good way. So hopefully we can finish more of it in the coming. I think hopefully definitely at least by next time you'll see me have beaten this game and moved on to the next Neptunia game. Um, which I think we aren't gonna be getting a new like mainline Neptunia game until I think they said like August or somewhere. I think it was like August this year is when it's supposed to come out. So it's gonna be a little while. So we have some stuff to tide us over in the meantime though until it comes in. All right. We also did just recently start back up Clair Obscure, Expedition 33. It's a very fun game so far. I haven't really gotten too far into it. Like actually I think if I look at my Steam list real quickly, I should only have like about an hour or so into it right now. Oh no, 2 hours. I played about 2 hours into it so far. So I've done basically like the first main part, and then I just got it into the expedition. So I'm still learning everything kind of as I'm going along. My party's still very small as it is, but I'm learning, and it's a cool game, and it's really pretty. By the way, it's like a really stunning game, and especially on my PC. Like I don't know if it looks that way on the other consoles and stuff too as well, but it's a really stunning game, especially on PC. Like they managed to make it look really cool, and just the style of it, and like the world and how it's like in this like almost broken but like frozen state is kind of neat. The characters are really cool too. The story's kind of is like really gripping too so far. I can't wait to see what goes on in this game because I feel like I'm gonna love and enjoy this a lot. I feel like this is gonna I like there's a reason why this won Game of the Year, right? I feel like a lot of people really liked it, so I'm looking forward to getting through it for sure. But hopefully that's gonna be like my main like on my own game that I work through this next month. Um, I should be able to finish it by the end of the month if I focus enough on it, as I usually do. So hopefully we should. Hopefully it gets there. I did also recently decide to start up Hades 2 again, just because I always told myself that I at least want to have a good roguelike to fall back on. Just because I have my phone ones that I usually do sometimes, but I want like a good like mainline roguelike game to just focus back onto again. And Hades 2 has always been like one of my favorite roguelike systems, so I've always wanted to get back into it for a little while, anyways, and just make some more progress in it. So whenever I get the itch to play a roguelike, I'll just boot Hades 2 up and then see where it takes me. Hopefully, I'll actually be able to beat the first area. I think I made it to almost to the end. I think I'm like almost there. Like I know there's a final boss after I get past the third boss, but curious where it goes. I I'm doing I'm enjoying that game a lot though, for sure. It's a really nice game. Potionomics, I did also want to try to get through more of that. I have not been making a lot of progress in this game just because I've been focused on so many other games and projects in my current with what I'm currently doing. Um, but I did try to recently like start this up again, and I noticed that for some reason it doesn't run on my PC anymore, which is strange. I don't know why it does that. Like every time I try to run the game, it just crashes. Um, don't know if they like made a recent update or anything that like did something with the game, or something with my PC and like the stuff that it needs to run just for some reason makes that program crash every time it does it. Like I tried re-verifying the files. I uninstalled and reinstalled the game again, and it still had the same problem. So I'm gonna try it on my Steam Deck, see if it works on there. If not, I'm just gonna give up on it. But hopefully it doesn't have to come to that because I've actually been really enjoying that game. Um, but it is it's still a pretty fun game. I really love the characters in it, and the idea of just running a potion shop is very fun. I love like little marketing games where you make things and you sell things. I love that shit for some reason. That's why I like TCG's Card Shop Simulator, and why I liked like games like Moonlighter, where you're just like managing and running your own shop. I think that's really cool. I love games where you just run a shop. Shop simulators have become one of my favorite types of games recently. It's very strange how it's happened, but it is. I don't know if I'd ever be a good entrepreneur, but I definitely, at least in video game form, I feel like I do pretty well with it. Next game to talk about is going to be Duolingo. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we are still doing our daily Duolingo. I recently did get like a little bit of thing for Super too, so I've been kind of grinding through that now a bit more. It really is just like the daily grind. I try to do at least 3 lessons every day if I can remember it, just to make some progress in it. And since I have usually if I divvy up the 3 lessons throughout the day, I have enough energy to supply it for the whole day so I can still use it for free. And it's a good Japanese learning tool. It's obviously a slow learning tool. It's not the best thing that's out there. I think really what I've noticed now, at least with like learning Japanese, is the best way to learn Japanese is by using a bunch of different methods, spending like at least a good hour or two just like studying it and making some progress. Maybe even getting like a book or a tutor, um, just something to get you to learn and do more words and form more sentences and everything. Because I know a decent amount now. I know how to say a lot of basic phrases. I know a decent amount of words. The sentence structure I'm still kind of getting used to, but I've kind of nailed down at least what it's supposed to be. Um, I'm just I'm just trying to learn everything else now. Like I'm just learning as many words and as many phrases and such that I can, um, until I've basically learned the language. So it's kind of where I'm at now. I would say I'm definitely at the intermediate level where I'm like I know how to say most things. It's just I don't know how to say everything, which a lot of Japanese media and things use a lot of different words I don't know yet. So those are the ones I need to learn. But we'll get there. I think we'll get there. Hopefully, apps like these will help me. I just have to get a little bit more progress with it. Next up, Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. This game came out pretty recently, and I have been putting a lot of time into it. Let me tell you, this game has basically consumed my life. So I basically have made a bunch of my characters in this game, and a lot of my family members, obviously too. And it really has just been one of those games that has taken a lot of my attention and energy for the day, because it's just so easy to get wrapped up into it. Like it's I've I've noticed that I have this thing where I just like really hyper focus a lot of the things on games, and like I just go from one thing to the next very 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 quickly. So this game really scratches those kind of itches because there's constantly just like new things going on all the time for your people, and it's kind of a trap. It's kind of hooked me, and it's kind of been entrapping me with all the daily things that you could do every time that you go into the game. So I'm really trying to like limit my time with it now. I'm actually like I got obsessed with it for a good while, but now I'm trying to kind of limit my time with it to at least an hour a day, or at most I should say at most an hour a day, just to make sure because I still make a little bit of progress with like the relationships and getting the thing up, but I'm not trying to spend too much time with it. I'm actually trying to get it down to about a half hour because there's really not really much of a reason for me to spend more than a half hour doing the things I do in that game, and at least makes it so I can see what people are doing in their relationships. It makes me get all the basic like new clothes and food that I want to feed them. Um, it's just fun playing around and then just watching your Mii's do the funny things that they do. Um, but it's one of those games that like it doesn't really have a definite conclusion. It's more of just like a virtual dollhouse that you just play around in. So that's why I'm trying to limit my time a bit with it because I don't want to be consumed by it and not make progress in my other stuff that actually needs to be done. But it is really fun. Let me tell you, it is quite fun. It is quite hilarious actually too. The game has some very very hilarious moments in it, and I just love seeing the people interact so much. They do pretty well just with like the personality traits that you give them ease about making them do some very funny stuff and some very relatable stuff too. It's a great game, honestly. I did recently decide to start a Baldur's Gate 3 again. I'm gonna try to do a thing where I try to play this at least once a week, so it's like a regular D&D campaign for me, basically. Um, and in the spirit of that as well too, I would like to just kind of spend like just find a moment or whatever every like week I can to just spend about 2 to 3 hours going through the campaign because like most traditional D&D campaigns, I think usually spend about 2 to 3 hours going through it. So if I spend that much time playing it every week, I think I'll eventually get to the ends. Hopefully. I would like to because the main thing I'm trying to do is I'm going through with me as the lightning sorcerer, and then I have a bunch of other characters I want to try playthroughs of too. But this is probably going to be a good forever game up until I beat it the first time, where I'll be beaten, and then I'll just put it on loop. But that's kind of what I'm going to start working toward at least. See how that does. See how that goes. Okay. Hopefully it goes well though. I love Baldur's Gate 3 and I would love to play more of it. I just need to That's why I'm doing it for once a week now. It's just I need to dedicate more time to getting it done. Project Passion I've actually been playing recently. This has basically been my lewd game to do off stream for a good amount of time. It's very funny. Let me tell you, this game has some very funny humor in it. The scenes in it are actually really cool too. But obviously, like it's a good henty game. But it's also just very funny. I've actually gotten kind of gripped with some of the characters. Some of the characters are really funny. I'm trying to remember the one I like the most actually right now. Actually, I like a lot. I really get like attached to a lot of characters very easily. So I really like just a lot of characters in it already so far. I want to kind of get along with all of them, but it's very fun so far. It's definitely a good loot game to play off in your spare time if you find it for a good price. It's actually pretty low from what I last saw it, but and I got season 2 as well too, so I'll try that when I get done with this one. Pokemon Fire Red, I did play a little bit as well of that too. I actually now I need to update this now. I'm no longer at Rock Tunnel. I actually just made it to Lavender Town. So now I'm going through all the fun stuff with that. And damn, it's kind of fucked up. Lavender Town's kind of fucked up. A little disturbing, but it's very cool at least too. I like seeing how they kind of handled old school Pokemon. It's a very different vibe than like the other games, I feel like. But it's also very cool. I'm definitely liking what I'm doing so far with it. I like the team I built up so far. Um, so far, I've been trying to get my electric team going for a while, but I really can't get a good foothold on a decent amount of electrics until I get to power plant, which, from what I heard, I think I need surf for. So that's not going to happen probably for a little while. But hopefully sooner rather than later, I can actually get that going. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of keep going as I am, which some of the Pokemon I've gotten for my stuff has been very strong. Like I raised I raised a Kadabra who is currently doing a lot of great psychic moves against people. Dugtree is a fucking tank against a lot of things. Um, I have what was it? Freaking my Mankey's also been able to punch a lot of things pretty well too. But I'm trying to get Jackie up there too. Jackie's my Pikachu. She's been doing pretty well so far. I'm basically trying to make it a thing where she's just a really fast one, where they just kind of like they make it so their opponent can't hit them or do anything to them, and then they just start hammering and wailing on them with all their attacks. So far, it's been working out pretty well in my favor, but she still gets it sometimes. She is very much the glass cannon so far. But yeah, fun game so far. I do want to actually put more time into it to try to get more things done with it because I haven't really gotten too far into it, all things considered. But I kind of just boot up every now and then, especially like when I'm with parents. Um, I'll just have it while we're watching TV, just kind of make a little bit of progress because it's very much like one of those games that's with all the battles that you do constantly in that game, going from place to place. It's a nice game to kind of just play with other people around you or like while you're doing other things like watching TV with them because it's just something that you kind of work on in the background while you're doing everything else. It's been pretty good so far though. All right. I did play a little bit of Dissidia Duelum Final Fantasy. Um, this game's fun too. It's I finally got past the tutorial season, so now I'm actually in the main game now. um, but it's a fun little game. This has actually been one of the main phone games I've been playing for a good while now, just because I really like the action game of it, and I always loved Dissidia. I always love the Final Fantasy little mobile games. But they've actually made a decent amount of good Final Fantasy mobile games that I've actually been really enjoying. Like I really liked Record Keeper when it first came out. I really liked Brave Exvius, and now I've been hooked onto this one recently too. They've all been doing pretty well so far for me, and yeah, I just like the back to back gameplay of like what you do with it. Just it's like a 3v3, yeah, a 3v3, and you're just going around hitting a bunch of enemies with crystals, hitting other enemies, doing damage to the boss until you win. It's very basic gameplay, but they got some cool stuff going on in it. And they got some cool new characters coming in and out every now and then too. So it's exciting. It's exciting to play it every now and then. Hopefully this one actually lasts a little bit longer than some of the last ones because those ones I had to put a decent amount of time into, and they have since shut down. So I don't know how long it's going to be until this one decides to finally shut down, but hopefully not for a while because I am actually enjoying my time with it. But we'll see about it. I'm not trying to like focus too much on it, but it has been one of my main mobile games I've been playing now. I know you guys can't hear it, but I just want to make sure you guys can't. Yeah, no, you're good. Okay. So next up on the list, Nekupara. I did recently start this up again. I didn't make too much progress into it, but I did at least get to chapter 3. It's a very fun little visual novel. Basically, kind of what I've been trying to do is if I'm just ever in the mood to just kind of like casually watch something or go through like a visual novel, I'll boot up Nekopara and I'll just start going through that now. So this it's not too serious for me because again it is very much one of those lax games where it's like I don't feel like putting a lot of effort into this kind of game. I just want to watch a story happen, and that's what the visual novels are good for. They're really good for that kind of thing. So I've been going through that now with Nekopara. We'll see how much I like the game series though. I have 4 of them to go through, so this is the first of many. But I am very curious to see where it goes at least. I like a lot of the people that they've given me so far though. I think I don't know who I like the most yet. I like Chocola so far a lot because I've seen her the most, but the other characters look nice too. But we'll see about it. Pocopia, I have not really done too much of recently. I've really been kind of just trying to focus on everything else now, but I do still have my main project I would like to do in the games, which actually a lot of them are listed here. Um, I would love to fix up the main roads in all the towns, restore all the buildings, fill out more of the habitat, and finally make Electric Avenue because Electric Avenue was going to be a fun little project for me. It's just a lot of time to dedicate to doing it and a lot of resources, which I currently don't have or have the drive to want to get. But when I uh, when I am feeling creative and when I have some spare time on my hands, maybe I'll boot it back up and start going through that again because I haven't been enjoying Pocopia for a good while. But I have been trying to actually make progress in other things instead. So I'll have to see if I can get back to it at some point in the future. Splatoon 3, I still play this on a weekly basis. Even if I don't play it on stream, I try to do a thing where I play this on stream weekly, but I don't. I'm not sure if I can kind of keep up with that. I might just start kind of going back to how I had it, where I just kind of played in my spare time, just for a little bit even. Um, because I just really like playing the game just in general. And Splatoon Raiders is also coming out this July, so we are. I'm definitely going to be playing some of that on stream. I think when it comes out, getting some of my first opinions out there. I think about that when it comes out. Um, but yeah, still third game still really good to play. I'm still just doing the regular stuff in it. Um, I don't really know what else to say. It's just I really enjoy Splatoon. It's a really fun game. Rifted and Necrodancer. I'm still I'm kind of still playing it. There's just a few more things I really want to do with it before I like set it down for good. Because I wanted to do just like some more of the other stages and try out some of the harder modes, and I just haven't really been giving myself enough time to do it. But I have it on my list just to kind of remind me to do it. So hopefully, in the near future, we will actually get around to that because I've been meaning to just kind of get off my list and focus on everything else instead. Side Boom Shadow Crystal, we still have not gotten a lot of progress into. Um, it's not really like a big main focus for me anyways right now because I've been trying I I've just been trying to do more games on my 3DS and this has like been one of the main few games on my 3DS to play. So it's just whenever I feel like playing my 3DS, I'll boot up Sonic Boom and I'll play that. But I do have other 3DS games to play eventually too. So I kind of have like a list of things that like where I'm kind of doing on my now playing. I'll go through that again at the end of this list to kind of give you guys like a like kind of just a figure of like where my head's at with a lot of these games. Shashingo, I am still kind of playing. I try to remember it. It's really on here just to kind of remind me to play it, but I really don't play it a whole lot nowadays. Uh, but same with the Katakana Awards, which is I think yeah down here too. I want to get through both of those more often if I can help it. I just need to find a good time to just dedicate like either just some time after work or whatever to just make some progress in those as a Japanese learning tool because they are actually really good for Japanese learning. I will tell you that. They're actually very nice for it. Kingdom Hearts, I'm trying to just play through on my Steam Deck just because I like seeing what the Steam Deck can do, and it's just one of those games that is very fun to play on it. I've not played my Steam Deck for quite a while now, but I have been trying to boot it up again so I can play, games like Potionomics and Kingdom Hearts, just in the background with everything else. But before I got back into Kingdom Hearts 2, I kind of wanted to start going through more Pokemon because Pokemon's kind of better for like those moments where I'm sitting on the couch, just kind of vibing with everyone else, or just in the background with everything else. But it's still an idea I can do too. Is Kingdom Hearts as well. Honey Pop I still play every now and again. This is one of my other loot games to play if I'm not like if I feel like actually playing the puzzle aspect, then I'll be like, okay, I'll play Honey Pop instead. But this, along with Project Passion, have been like the two loot games I've been playing recently to just kind of get some, just as something different that I usually don't do on stream, obviously, because I can't. Those games are very much R-rated, so I cannot do those on stream for sure. Persona 5, the Phantom X. I still try to play every now and then. I have been slowly trying to work through the main story. It's mostly just like if I'm like out at work, sometimes I'll remember to just boot it up real quickly and just watch the cutscenes and just make a little bit of progress that way with it. But usually I'm doing my Japanese studies, so it doesn't come up a whole lot. But when it does, I do try to play it. Um, it's really not something I'm trying to take too seriously, anyways. It's just whenever I can force myself to play it, basically. um, Power Wash Simulator, like I said, I just play this whenever I feel the itch to. It really is just one of those games where it's just like, I feel like just cleaning some things and listening to a little podcast in the background. It's the perfect game for it. It really is just the perfect game to just be like, okay, let me just relax for a little while. Let's just wash some dirt off of these things and just vibe with some either vibe with some music or vibe with a podcast. It's a great game for that. I would highly recommend that if you just want a good relaxing time. Ring Fit Adventure. I try to do this on my off days. I sometimes I forget. Like today, I totally forgot. But usually on my off days, I will try to get at least like 30 minutes into this game, just because it is a good workout routine, especially for the morning. To do. Maybe I can, not because I'm gonna be tired afterwards for work, but we'll see about it. We'll see if I can try to fit it into my schedule more often than not. I would even like to do it on my half days because the half days I don't have to put in as much effort for the whole day, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to see what I can do about that. Like I'm trying to actually think about how I can do it as a daily thing. It's just I can't do like it fully, but it's so much to set up that it's like I may as well just do the gauntlet if I set it up. So I don't know. We'll see about it though. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. I still play this every now and then. I love getting just playing the regular rhythm game, and of course doing all of the Maisekai stuff. It's it's been nice to kind of grind through every now and then. I would love to actually go through the stories more often because I actually really love those characters too. I really love the characters in this game and all the little stories that they have been going on through too. It's so hard to find time to like actually sit down and play with them because I've been doing either Japanese studying or I've been doing Persona. So, it's whatever. It is what it is. Or Sean will text me. That's also usually what happens too, is I'll get distracted by Sean texting me. So sometimes it's hard to find time to actually grind out some of those games. But a lot of times what I've been doing now just kind of help keep myself on track to kind of do some of these other games is I've told myself, okay, when I get off of work or at this time throughout the day, I will play this game. Like I'll have my reminder on my phone, and then I'll go forward and do it. And it's been working out for me. Like I've actually gone through. I've been going through more so with those plans more often than not. If I write it down and I mentally tell myself, yeah, okay, do this later on in the day, and then just focus on getting this done while you're here now. Um, I actually have I played Osu this month? Oh God, I think I forgot, dude. Osu is like so much in the back of my mind that at least compared to all the other games I play, it's so much in the back of my mind that I kind of forget that I do like this game a lot and I do actually like to play it every now and then. I really should get back into it, especially because of the things that I'm going to be doing later this month. I think it'd be a great game to get back into for this month. Um, Job Simulator, I still have not started. I still have not started Job Simulator. Um, but it's just because the VR is a lot to set up sometimes, and I just never think to do it with all the other games that I have going on. But I would like to play more VR games. It's just I have not. It's never been on my mind at all. Like I've had so many other things to think about and do throughout this last month that VR is like never come up in my brain. Um, I should try to find some time to do it though. Like maybe I should probably do that actually. I should just go into my phone and like sometime here, put in every week play a VR game just to try it out. Just to try it out, you know? Because when else are we gonna play VR? We have to sell it for at least a once per week thing if we want to do any sort of progress in that front. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And then finally, Wagotabi. Wagotabi's also here too. I have not made any progress in Wagotabi, I think, since the last time I was talking about it. Because, goddamn, I just do not find time to play these games. Everything at the bottom here, I just do not find time to at all to do it. That's why they're all at the bottom of the list here, because I forget that these games are here. Um, but I really should start to do, especially on my break periods. I really am trying to do a thing where I'm trying to focus more on the Japanese games because I want to start learning more Japanese, and these games are very helpful for that. So we'll see if I can make that actually more of a more useful tool for these things. But like I said, before we move on to the rest of the list down here, I kind of want to go over this list again, just to kind of again give you guys a little in because I feel like I've basically just been rambling about stuff here for a while, and not a lot of it's probably makes sense for people who kind of are just like passively looking at my stuff. But like the way I'm looking at a lot of these games is like they are different sections of like interests that I have going on with me. Like so that's why I have so much on my now playing is just because I have a lot of different occasions that I save for these games. So like the playtest, it's like the next time this is really just going to be like a one shot thing where it's just like whenever I get the time to play it again, I'll just quickly sit down and play this playtest, and then we can move on to back to Clair Obscur, because Clair Obscur is like my main like serious game. Like I have time throughout the day to put an hour or two into a game. This is the game I play. This is basically what that's going to be. Neptunia I do on stream. Hades I do when I want to do a roguelike or when I'm just like casually doing stuff with parents. Postgenomics and Fire Red are like the games I will play on the couch while I'm doing other stuff. So they're like not too serious of games. Everything that's like a Japanese learning, I do with my Japanese learning stuff, and that's just kind of what that is. Tomodachi Life, I just try to play a half hour every day, so it's really not that big of a deal. That's a weekly game. That's a game I play. Project Passion and um, both Project Passion and Honey Pop are both of the games that I try to like. I usually play them more like at night and stuff when I kind of am feeling more in the mood, and I just want to play like, you know, something that's lewd. So that's what those are kind of for. Dual Delum I just play every now and then, so they're really not too serious. If I want a visual novel or just something to relax to, I play a game like Nekapara or Pokemon. And then a lot of the other ones are just like things of like a lot of them are really just like on the list to just be like, hey, if you have time, just boot it up. If you ever find some free time for yourself, go ahead and just boot it up and see where you get. This Power Wash is also like if I want to relax with something. Or Power Wash is actually more so in the sense of like if I want to relax, but I still want to actively do something. That's a good game for it. Otherwise, play Honey or play Nekapara. That's kind of where my mind goes to with that. And a lot of these other ones are just phone games or Japanese games, so not too much to worry about. But yeah, that's kind of where my headspace is at for a lot of those games, I would say. All right, and then my breakdown. Here's my breakdown. I feel like this number has grown. It definitely has grown a little bit since we last saw it, especially because I did just add a couple new games earlier before when I got my Humble Bundle stuff done. But let me just kind of look through my last stream, my last Blue Talks, and just see where I was back then. Because I always love to do this little comparison. My March wrap up. Okay, Backloggery. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So, oh wow, we did add like 20 new games since the last time I did this. I think that's because yeah, that was before I got March's Humble Bundle games on there, and then okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah, because that was before I did the Humble Bundle games for that month and this month. So that makes sense. But out of the actual total backlog for games like I'm actually interested in playing, I only added about 15 more games. So not that bad. It's not too bad. Not as terrible as I would like to hope it would be. But this is, I think, where you'll actually see the most of the main progress be done. Because it looks like here, what I did was, here you go. For my active backlog, I used to have about 977 games in my active backlog. Now I only have 962. And that's mostly just because I did a little bit more cleaning up through my Steam list and figured out some games were not worth playing or either were completely abandoned or had a bad player base to the point where they were just not games worth playing. So I did clean up a couple of those games since then. So I actually dropped my active backlog down by like 15 games. So that's pretty good. And then, um, yeah, those are mostly just like the unplayed stuff. I did I did looks like I did beat at least one game because I had 85 unfinished. Now I only have 84. Oh, actually, technically, I beat at least 3 more games, so we'll go through that here in a second. And I completed 3 more. Ooh, that's exciting too. That's right, because I already know what those games are too, because they were very, very easy. And I added 3 more games to my endless list as well too. Oh, as well as one to my none. Okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, cool. So stats overall are still working in a positive favor because at least again even though I am still adding a bunch of games from my with my humble bundle lists, technically a lot of them are games I'm still on an upward trend where I'm getting rid of the games that I'm not going to be playing and going towards these other ones. Especially because this last month I actually did pretty good on the backlog front. So we'll touch on that here in a quick second. But here's my quick little platform summary for those who care about any of the games that I had on these lists. I don't really go too much into detail with these because a lot of these are the same as they were before. And a lot of these are kind of more explained with the history of what I do, which we will now get into. Bunk. All right, so excuse me for a second. Waboosh. Okay, back to April 1st. So we'll start from the top here. All right, so starting from the top. So actually, you can see too, I think right around here, yeah, March 29th is like right around the time, I think, when I did this, my last thing. And then I added these games in from the Humble Bundle that time. So April 1st was when I decided we finally beat It Takes Two. So me and John actually worked through and beat that game. That was fun. That was actually a fun game. I it was a very cute. It had a very cute ending actually too. The game itself was really cool as well to go through as well too, because it's the whole concept of it. Obviously, is like you're playing it through with your partner, and you're going through a lot of these challenges that it can only be done with the cooperation of the other player. So it you know encourages teamwork and it encourages communication, which is very cool to see in a video game do and achieve like that. So that was fun to do. Um, and then I think yeah, these 2 games I also got from parts of the bundle as well too, or something like that. Can't remember exactly where I got them actually, but yeah. April 6th was a great day for the backlog. Let me tell you, because that was the day that I finally did beat the Lost Story for not Beat Saber, just Sapes and Beats. I finally worked through that because if you guys remember, I was talking about that last on the last Blue Talks for my monthly wrap up. And then we actually started a new game on stream too. We started up One Night Hot Springs, and on stream I actually ended up beating it and completing it the same stream as well too. So all of it was done in the one day. So because that was one of those very short games where actually I think technically this one was free to play, and then the other ones are you had to pay for. So that was a cool one to go through at least. That was a very cute little visual novel. Um, I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the cute little art style. It kind of reminded me of something that I would make. It was actually really nice. But yeah, that was good for the backlog front because at least that instantly put a game that was originally unplayed all the way back up, all the way up to completed. So we didn't have to worry about that, and we finally beat of course that one too. So that was good. Um, we that this month also was this month I started Abdul Adelum at the city of Adelum, and that was it's been going good so far though. Oh, and then Tomodachi Life we also did start up this month too. So yeah, that makes sense. I have been playing it quite a lot since then. Quite a lot actually. Um, April 18th. Oh yeah, that's right. This is when we got our PSN games. So my PSN monthly games, I put those up as well, and maybe some of them I'm actually kind of curious about. Like actually, I'll because I don't really talk too much about the new games I get because they really are just like new games I don't really think of a whole lot about. But some of them will actually look interesting. Like Sworn, I think actually look kind of cool. Etrian Odyssey 3 was like the third game of the Etrian series. I already have the other two, so it's like, well, now I have to play it. Now I have to play the whole series if I really want to see what it's like. And that apparently, I think it's like an Idea Factory thing, so I kind of would like to go through it. Bread and Fred's like a co-op game, so I'll probably play that with Sean. The other ones I'm not too sure about. I think they might either have been low or they might have been shelved. Lords of the Fallen I didn't get in here too many interesting things about. I'm not sure about the old school Tomb Raider games just because they're not really like I wasn't really around for them kind of thing. They could be cool to try out, but I'm not sure if I'll be interested in them. Sword Online, I am actually kind of interested in this one, just because I actually do like the Sword Online property, and I am kind of curious what some of their games were like, or if they were really good. But I do have a couple of Sword Online games to work through. I don't know if they all kind of go in together, but we'll see about that. About a week ago, we'd start up the Frog Detective series, and that again, this was a great day for the backlogger here as well, because not only did we start these games, we also did complete both of them. Those are very fun games as well too. They're very again very small games. Like I beat them in within about 2 hours altogether. Actually, technically 3 hours altogether, if I'm being more honest about it. But it wasn't too hard of a thing to go through. They were like very cute little games. I'm curious to see if I should get the third game because I feel like I would enjoy it. The game had a very funny sense of humor, and it just had some cute little things to kind of interact with. But they weren't like really big or deep experiences, obviously, because they were very very short. But I could see you making a game series off of that kind of thing. I could see it being done. Just yesterday, that's right, we did. I finally started up Man of Medan and Pummel Party because Sean was over, and I was just like, let's play some new games together. So we played up Pummel Party, and I did figure out, yeah, that's like more of an endless game, so I moved that to the endless list. It really is more like a party game to kind of play with your friends. Um, so really, I don't think there's going to be much of a reason for me to play this game unless I'm playing it either with like Sean or other people that just want to play a fun little party game. But it is though. It is a really fun party game to play, I will say. And then Dark Pictures Anthology, Men and Medan. I actually kind of figured out that I technically don't need to play this with people. Um, I just assumed that you kind of had to because they had like friend passes and everything with the games that I had with it before. Um, but it is like how the Quarry handles it and like Until Dawn handles it, where you're doing like a couch co-op kind of thing where you just can the control up to multiple people. You can have people play different characters and kind of just go through the game as like a shared experience that way. But really, you don't really need to. You really don't need to. Like you could just play the entire game on your own and control each character as like that too. Um, but I'll talk to Zon and see if he's still curious about it because I mean we had some fun playing it, so and he seemed kind of pretty curious about it too. So we'll see if it's something that he wants to go through more. Otherwise, I might just go through the anthology on my own because I actually really like I enjoy these games. I enjoy these types of like choose your own adventure, uh, dark horror kind of things. It's actually one of the few horror games I actually like playing is the one where it's like a horror movie or that your actions have consequences kind of thing. And then this is just today we did our new Humble Bundle stuff. I put Heart Abyss up there because I do want to do that soon. Buddy Simulator looks interesting. It's kind of like a horror indie thingy. I'm not sure if I'll get into it. Precision to Calvary actually looks really funny. It reminds me a lot of Monty Python, which I'm not sure. I'm not, I feel it's and it seems really short too. So I actually might give it a try. Um, Either on stream or on my own at some point. And same thing with RS&TD. It's like a short little tower defense game. Planet Atlanta looked really neat too. It was like a little was it kind of like a little puzzle adventure. Until Then is like a good like a really like deep visual novel. I don't think I'm gonna get into Rings Return to Moria just because it's a survival craft game, and even though I do like the Lord of the Rings property, I'm not sure if it's a game that I could see myself getting into just because I just I've fallen a lot of love for the survival craft genre just because I really like the other types of games more. Like I like rhythm and action a lot more than I like base building and survival crafting. But we'll see about that though. Same thing with Daemon X Machina. I don't know if I'll give that a try just because I heard that did not do as well as the original game. So I might try out Valhalla though. I might give Valhalla a good try just to see like how deeply I get into it. Maybe I'll make it a Steam stream too if at some point. But we'll see about that. Because another thing I've been kind of thinking about too recently now with the channel is I've been thinking about making like all the short like actually like full playthroughs I've been doing of games that I originally labeled as Steam streams into just blue plays because I feel like it makes the most sense. Like I'm doing a full playthrough of the game on stream, um, whereas the Steam stream is more so like I just want to try this game out on stream and give my first impressions on it. Um, and I want the Steam because what I've been kind of doing is I've been trying to make the Steam streams into the blue plays a bit in a way because I've been wanting to try to do like I've been trying to do a lot more shorter games just to kind of clear out more of the backloggery and try to beat some games and experiences that I otherwise would not really have the time to do so. But I do kind of want to, I'm thinking about just making them in the blue plays instead. And then just bringing Steam streams back to the core idea I had for it, which is just I have a game on Steam. I've been curious about it. I'll try it out on stream and see if I like it. If not, don't need to worry about it. I did my 2.5 hours, and then I could just leave it be. But if it does grip me, then it'll be a new game I can try out and hopefully beat. But therein lies the problem, though. Therein lies the problem of like me trying out new games on stream. It's just going to be like, well, if I like this game, then and it's going to grip me, I'm going to want to play that game instead of all the other games I've been trying to do. So it's like not sure if I should just try to do more endless experiences or if I should try to do like a medium game where it's like, okay, I'll try it out on stream, and if I like it, then I'll finish it on my own, and it won't take that long. Like, because I have a couple of games that are like that. I have a couple of games that are like under a 10-hour playtime. So if I do the first 2.5 hours on stream, then I'll at least get my Steam stream for it out there for people who are interested in seeing what my thoughts process is on it. And if I want to finish it, then I can. And if not, then it's no big deal, right? I don't know. I've been kind of thinking about that for a while, just because I've been thinking about what I want to do with it. I've been thinking about like what do I want to do with Steam streams and what do I want to do with my Blue Plays series, because I have been wanting to actually bring back like other Blue Plays besides just the Neptunia streams. I've been actually trying to do like I want to do ones for Sonic again, obviously, and I want to do the small little ones for I just play a short game on stream that I otherwise would not really make the time for myself for. But I don't know. Again, it's hard for me to justify doing a lot of games on stream now, just because. I have someone that wants to, talk to me outside of the streams, and I want to make sure I have my focus prepared for them if they ever come to me. Um, but I also want to have some of my first impressions out there. So it's a little bit of a battle that I'm kind of thinking about doing with my gaming stuff now. So we'll see about that. May or may not be talking about you, Sean. Hi there. How's it going? But it's been something I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about the fact of like, what should I focus on, at least gaming wise, at least streaming wise, what should I focus on? And it's mostly just something for me to figure out. But if you guys have any input, if like what you guys want to see from me, let me know. I'll listen to any feedback I get. All right. But now we're gonna be moving on to anime because we've talked enough about games today. Anime time. Whoosh. I have not made a lot of progress on anime, but I did make some, and I'm here to talk about that. So here we go, guys. All right. So again, as you look through this list, you'll probably see a lot of this is fairly unchanged from where it was last time. The main one that has been changed is Demon Slayer, which I have actually made a little bit of progress in Demon Slayer. The the idea that I had for my last stream, which was one episode of anime a day just to make some progress in anime, it didn't work out so well. It didn't work out very well actually. Um, Hopefully we can actually make that a thing for this next month because I don't think 20 to 30 minutes out of the day to watch an anime is a big ask. Apparently it was because I just forgot about it sometimes. But hopefully we can actually make that an actual thing this month because I would like to actually get through more shows and talk about more anime with you guys. I am liking Demon Slayer a lot so far. It's very, very artsy. It's very actiony. It's very cool so far. I like the main characters so far and all the things they're doing so far with it. Um, I should definitely be at least I think done with the. I should be done with Demon Slayer. I think by at least again, as long as I stick to the schedule, like I said, I should be done with Demon Slayer by the time you guys see me next time. So we'll see about that. Other than that, I have not really had much time to watch other anime, so there's not a lot to talk about on that front. I do have a lot of anime I still have been curious to look at and go through, but I do kind of want to start doing that thing now, where I think watching at least one episode a day is gonna be good for me. I mean, heck, even if I can do a thing where if I watch one in the morning, one at night, that would be really good, because then I can make double the progress. But I don't know if I can commit myself to that. We'll see if I can. But it's it's something that's been on my mind too, of just kind of like things to do throughout the day. But yeah, Demon Slayer I think is going to be like the main one I focus on. I'm kind of thinking at least going to the future as well too. What I want to do is I want to keep Demon Slayer as like my main like shonen anime I'm watching, and then if I want to watch a slice of life one again, or just like a cutesy little one, I might watch Spy Family again because I do actually want to get watch through more of that as well. It looks really cute. And then as for the other ones, I'm not sure. There's a lot of good like action anime on this list, but we'll see about that. Maybe I'll get into Uma Musume after Spy Family, and then after Demon Slayer. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe Dun Dun Dun, or maybe even like one of the other games that are one of the other enemies that's down here that I haven't really started too much on. Because some of these are really good options. Some of these are really good options, especially Soul Level and Farron. Heard really good things about those. Heard very good things about those, actually. All right. And now, let's go ahead and again, this is literally the only progress I've made toward anime, is the extra couple 2 episodes. I think I watched at least 2 episodes of Demon Slayer. I think that was about it. Hopefully we can find more time to actually watch more anime, because I would love to talk about more anime, let me tell you. All right. Hey guys, I am an artist. Did you know that? I made art. Look at it. I actually made art this month. This is my little concept art for Nihiloth, which is basically one of my little deities in in my new world that I'm making for called Albadora. And he's basically just like the ultimate god of like erasure, destruction, nothingness, the void, all that jazz. And I kind of wanted to kind of make that a thing by like making him basically almost blank, but only able to be shown his visage by the outline of the color he's sucking into his body, which I thought was a cool effect. I thought that was neat. But yeah, that's a cool concept I had for something I just kind of wanted to quickly draw up. Hopefully, you guys will be seeing more art in the coming future because I have a lot of projects I've been trying to work on, and one of them being a comic. And I was really hoping to at least get like a page done by the end of the month. I just have not been able to focus on getting time done for the comic recently. But I would love to. I'd love to get more time done for that comic because I've gotten uh, even just the one page, like the one test page before I get into the actual comic, has taken up so much of my time that I've just been like, I need to get this done. But I've also been doing a thing now too before my drawings now where I try to just do a quick little 5-minute drawing of just like something random that comes to my mind or just a small little doodle or sketch. Um, I have thought about just like uploading those small little things on the DeviantArt just to kind of like show like, hey guys, I still make art, I still do things, even if small little cute little things like that. I'll still post it. I haven't posted the ones I've done yet just because I'm not sure if I wanted to do it as a collab thing, like if I want to like collab them all in different pictures, or if I just want to do spread out one shot little posts of each little thing, which I might just go the latter because I really just want to find like small little things I can post every now and then just to keep my audience a little bit engaged and give them something to kind of look at and to make the rounds on socials and such like that. And just again to prove that I am an artist and I draw. So I love to do that. But that's like the main thing I've been working on is mainly the comic. I would like to get back into TCG again at some point, but mainly I've been trying to focus on getting this comic done because I have so many comic ideas I want to do. And Victoria's been one of the main ones I've been kind of trying to do again. My main idea thinking though is once I get done with the first little test page I'm doing for my comic now, and I start storyboarding and doing the rest of it, I also want to redraw and redo a character reference for Victoria, just because I've noticed that, so at least with the first page, I'm noticing there's a little bit of inconsistencies with her panel to panels. So I want to make sure that I'm able to draw a decent like sketch of like this is what she looks like for sure, and then I can work off that reference for the rest of my stuff. And then with that as well too, I'll probably do that for all the other characters that are going to be introduced in the story as well too. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun little project. I've never made a digital comic like on this scale before, so I think it'll be an interesting little exercise for me. And I still do want to do the occasional fan art as well too. So maybe in between me doing the comic, I can make time for a quick little fan art or a quick little sketch for some of these other characters and things that I want to do. But a lot of work has been going into just trying to find work and things to do for the comic. But I want to do things like this too. I want to even just do a little concept art where I'm like, hey, here's the thing from my world. Here's a character or something from the world. I make a little speech blurb about it, like you see it down on the description here. But yeah, hopefully hopefully all that kind of stuff goes well. I have many ideas. I just don't have time to make anything because all my time has been going into playing games, talking to Sean, working, and sleeping and eating. This is basically what I do throughout the day. And also watch too much YouTube. If I cut my YouTube time out and just did like either games or anime, I'll probably make a lot more progress in some of this stuff. It's a thing to think about. might look into that. see if that helps my habits a little bit. It's just very easy to just put on YouTube because it's like very low effort content to watch real quickly. but I would like to be able to do other things too as well. We'll see though. We'll see if we can muster up the stuff to do it at least. All right, we're done with that now. We're now going to talk about the last topic of the day, which is the channel. Da-da-dum. Hello, everyone. I have a YouTube channel. This is where it's at, and this is what we've been doing on it. So since the last March monthly wrap up, we have been doing we did our Steam stream for One Night Hot Springs. That was fun. Which again, like I said, I might start rebranding some of these as Blue Plays now, just because I feel like that's more on brand. Because Steam streams, I really wanted them to just be like the one shots, like first impressions. This was just a full playthrough of One Night Hot Springs. So I kind of wanted to reflect. That's also the thing too, is I wanted to reflect that more. I wanted the Steam streams to reflect one shots and Blue Plays to reflect full playthroughs. And then I guess, of course, again, like I said, I did my little Splatoon stream. I may or may not bring these back if I decide to want to do them again. It depends on if people want to see them more from me, or or if I ever have the time to play Splatoon on stream again. I might just busy myself with other work in the meantime. Who knows? But we've also been playing more Neptunia RPG. We actually, how many streams did we did of it this past week? We did 3. Okay. We only had time to do 3? I thought we... Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense, because that is about 1 per week. So that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because we did 1, 2, and then the third one here. Okay. And that's been the main Neptunia RPG to play. Or actually, also, I think... Oh, that's right. That's what it was, too. This month was also the month that I went on my vacation. And so there was like a week where I just didn't do anything. There was about a week that I spent where I just didn't make any progress for streams because I was on vacation. So there was that as well too. I did go on vacation with Sean. It was very fun. We went out to a cabin. It was nice. We got to spend some time with nature for once. That was nice. That was actually really nice to go on that for a little while. But other than that, Neptunia, we did a new game for One Night Hot Springs, then we did the new game for Frog Detective 1 and 2. Those are both very cute games. Very, very cute games. And of course, we did a little bit of Splatoon, so I was able to do a little bit of playthroughs for that. The thing I like about Splatoon, at least doing Splatoon on stream, is it's one of those games where I feel like it's just very easy and very fun to do on streams, because I can look at chat every now and then between the things. Other people can watch me just go through matches online. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to bring up and do on stream. So I don't know. I would like to bring it back eventually, but I think it's just I think I just have to tell myself, like, if I'm in the mood to play Splatoon that night and I'm not expecting anyone to contact me for the next 2.5 hours, I can be like, yeah, let's just, or even just for an hour, I can even just play an hour of Splatoon if I really wanted to. Just be like, hey, get on, play Splatoon, just make it a little low effort stream to do online real quickly. I don't know. We'll see if Splatoon comes back, because I actually do like playing Splatoon on stream. We'll see about it. We will see about it. Ideas that I'm spitballing into the air. We didn't make any new shorts yet, because I didn't really find any good new content to make for shorts. But yeah, other than that, that's basically just about everything I have for tonight. I don't really think... Yeah, there really hasn't been too much left in, like, everything else I've been doing. I really did just kind of, like, spitball a lot of my ideas out there just to see what sticks. A lot of this last month was just me trying out new things, seeing what things worked out, what things didn't. My regular playthroughs of things, some new playthroughs. Yeah, at least until it gets through some of the other games, you might not be seeing a whole lot of new Steam streams in the next month. That's it, I think. That's right. That's what I want to do at the end here. I want to talk about the future. So hopefully for the next future month of May, like I said, I don't know if you're going to be seeing a whole lot of Steam streams from me, just because I want to try to focus on doing a lot of other kind of games instead. Um, a lot this month, I actually, because it's going to be my birthday and I'm going to be turning 30, one of the fun ideas I had for May was I was going to make it like a nostalgic month. So, one of my main ideas this month is I kind of want to just go through a bunch of the games and things I've done in my past and just kind of either relive them, re experience them, or go through like a retrospective. Um, some of them, at least if I can help it, if I can figure out a way to do it on stream, I wouldn't mind just doing a thing where it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna boot up the stream and I'm just gonna go through an old game of mine and be like, hey guys, look at this old game I used to play. Look at the stuff that is on here. Look at what I have done with this. At least it may be if I can help it. Otherwise, I'll kind of just go through it on my own. Just go through and re-experience a bunch of old games and stuff that I used to play. That's going to be a very interesting thing I want to try to do. Because, again, like, since I'm turning 30, I feel like this is like a big milestone part of my life where I'm just like, I want to kind of look back at things that I've done in my life and just kind of reevaluate and re-experience things that kind of help define who I am, or just kind of like really helped shape what my past couple of years have been. And even if it's just like games that are like not too far in the past, even too, like I'm not gonna boot up like freaking things from my like way back in my childhood. I will do some of those obviously, but even just games I did like while I was a young adult, like I'll boot up Horizon, I'll boot up Infamous maybe even too, because I love those games. I just want to. I think what I want to do is actually here. Let's go through this real quickly on stream while I have a little bit of time tonight. Blue talks. Boop. So one of the things I was thinking about for doing for this is like if I go through my Backloggery and I go through my 5-star games, like all the games that I'm like, oh, these are amazing games. I love these games. Where is it? I think the best way to do it is through library and through sort, and then we're gonna sort by 5-star. So like I do this, and by the way, I have too many games that are 5-star. Don't worry about that. But what, like maybe sometime I could be like, oh yeah, let's go through my Animal Crossing save file, or oh yeah, I remember Remember Breath of the Wild? Let me boot up that game again and just kind of play it for a little bit. Like that's kind of just my main objective with Nostalgia Month is just to be like, I just want to go through all games I played in the past that I really enjoyed, that like really helped, that really either made an impact to me or helped shape me as a person, and just be like, let's just boot it up again and just try it out again for a little while. Astrobot was so fun. Astrobot was really really fun. Final Fantasy Remake was also really fun. I could try to do a little bit of trophy hunting for that. I could try it. Stray was really good. Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is actually a really good game for me to go back through because that did shape a lot of my childhood. Actually, here let me just kind of go through the bottom of the list just to kind of give you guys again another example of like things that I've done. Like, I don't know if I'll boot up my Xbox 360 anytime soon, but Guitar Hero and Rock Band, that would be some cool stuff to play again. I might even just kind of like re-experience that a little bit with the clone hero that I have currently on my system. Might just kind of go through some of the songs on there instead. That could be cool. But like on my PSP, I still have a good working PSP. I might go through some of these old games, like Ape Skip on a Loose was kind of neat. Dissidia was so fun. I loved this. Dissidia Dual Decim was like one of the games that shaped my childhood for like I would say most of my high school and like middle school years for sure. Same with that in my Katamari. I don't actually now I think yeah, but I don't think I own this anymore. I could try to put in Rock Band Unplugged though. I could see if I still have the save file for that intact. Yeah, all my old PS2 games I used to play. I don't think I don't have the old Kingdom Hearts games. I could just do that. I could just be like, hey, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts again because I love these. I love the Kingdom Hearts games, and I'm going to play through more of them. Like The original We Love Katamari is pretty good too. I do have We Love Katamari Royal Reverie on here, but I technically kind of played through that on a different system, so I don't technically need to do that for a little while because I did that kind of recently. Ape Escape 3 I would love to boot up again, especially on stream. I'd love to kind of just go through it again on stream at some point. I have to see if I can do it on the original PS2 though, or if I have to emulate it. I'll have to see about that. Little Big Planet, I would love to go through some of the old stuff in that too. If they still have some of the stuff on it at least. Maybe some of these old PS3 games, if I still have them, if they still run, I could boot those up. I could always go through my DS library. God, Black did a lot of my childhood too. Black was a lot of my childhood. Theater Rhythm shaped me a lot of back. Smash Brothers for sure shaped a lot of my childhood. I would love to go back through some of the old Smash Brothers games for sure. Mario Galaxy was really good too. I could because I don't even technically need to play these ones again. What I could do is on my Switch, I got the 3D All Stars collection. I could play Mario Galaxy on that. I could play Mario Sunshine on that too. That was a good nostalgia game too. And again, like I said, not a lot of these are going to be like really old games. They might just be games that I just really liked back then. Smash Bros. For Wii U could be fun to play again. I don't know if Nintendo Land still runs. I can see if it does. I'd have to boot up the Wii U for that though. But like yeah, Uncharted 4, Spider-Man was really good. Freaking Nier Automata, I would like to maybe try to go through some of those endings and stuff. All the Naruto Shippuden games, I do have a couple of them to re-experience on with the other collection that I recently got. All the Kingdom Hearts games, obviously. Infamous Second Son was so good. Horizon Complete Edition. I have remastered as well too. So one of the things I was thinking about too with remasters, I was going to do an ultra hard playthrough, and I was going to see if I can do it HUDless, like as the ultimate challenge. See how well that goes for me. I have a feeling I would die a lot, but I would like to see how well that would go because I think that would be a cool way to play it. A lot more realistic and a lot more immersive. I would feel like. I'd love to go. I would love to go back through Final Fantasy 15 and actually beat this fucking DLC because god damn it, it's been way too long. I don't know about Detroit Become Human because I really have completed just about everything with that game. There's not really much for me to left to do in it. But like even Odyssey, I wouldn't mind seeing what was going on in that again. Wonder I could try to do a couple more things for it too. That was actually kind of cool. There might be a couple of games in the NES and SNES genres too that I played back then too. Miitopia I'd love to boot up again too. That was a great game. Reroll was so good too. Melody of Memory is so good. All the Hatsune Miku games, all of them are so good. A lot of the Joy games that don't exist anymore. Yeah, PC I could do some stuff with too. And of course everything on my Steam list. There's a bunch of old Steam games that I did a lot of cool things for that I actually wouldn't mind going back through some of these games again and just either doing some completionist stuff for it or just, whatever with it, that's just kind of my idea. That's the idea I have with it is just like I just pull some random games from my childhood that I really liked, that really made an impact on me, and just be like, let's just try it out again. Let's see how well it holds up. What I think about it now. And like I said, I can either do that retrospective on stream if I have time for it, or I might just do it in my free time. I'll just pick out a day and be like, all right, what are we gonna play today? What are we gonna try out? I think it'll be a fun journey, at least myself. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm actually very curious to see what kind of introspective, retrospective stuff I get with that whole idea. Like I said, for sure, at least before I do all that, I want to do the play test just because I like doing little play tests for games and giving my inputs for those. And then after that, we can probably start doing that once May 1st rolls around. All right. But yeah, okay, that's gonna be doing it for today. I rambled on enough. My voice is starting to give out, and it's nearing midnight, so I want to get this stuff out before I have to go to sleep tonight. All right. But this is fun. I'm very much looking forward to the month of May, not only because it's my birthday, but because I get to go through a bunch of old Steam stuff that I've used to, or old games I used to play in my past, and see how that all goes. Um, I might even just do like other stuff from my nostalgic period too, just to kind of be like, hey, let's look at old art I've done, or maybe even do some remasters. If you guys have any remasters of drawings you want to see me do, let me know because I would love to do that actually too. I think that'd be a fun little idea to do. Um, but other than that, I don't know if I'll do that with anime. There are some old shows obviously that I've watched, but I don't know if I would do like a rewatch, of them. You know, I could at least watch videos about them, but I don't know about doing like a rewatch of them. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like thinking of things to kind of put out there. But yeah, I think that's gonna be doing it for today. Um, Hopefully things will go better in the future for like all my stuff like I've planned. Like I said, I think for sure what I want to try to achieve this month is, along with all the nostalgia stuff, is I want to do more drawings. I want to watch more anime, and I want to just try to find some time for some of these games that I usually don't get to play, because that would be very nice. That would be very nice actually. But we'll have to see when I can fit that into my schedule, because my schedule is already very busy with work and with having a boyfriend and having family life and all that jazz and stuff. But we'll see about it. I think it'll be a fun month. Hopefully, I have some cool things to report back on in the next monthly wrap up. So yeah, if you guys like this little monthly wrap up, please like it and subscribe and follow if you wish to see more content like this in the future. If you guys have any suggestions for games or things that you want me to do, or thoughts and inputs not that, or things that you want my thoughts and input on, let me know comments below, of course, as well too. But I am going to wrap up things here. I am going to upload everything I can, go to bed, and we'll have a good day tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll have one as well too. All right. Have a good night, everyone, and bye bye now.